Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. If you're new, my name is Michelle and we are getting into House of the Dragon today. But before we do, if you all can drop a like on the video because it really helps in the algorithm and I'd really appreciate it. Now, last season of House of the Dragon, we left off with Daemon telling Rhaenyra that Aemon killed Lucerys, and that scene was gruesome. Like, just the size of Vhagar just coming up underneath Lucerys and Arrax, and then just as he thinks he's like clear, all of a sudden Vhagar just comes in and tears him apart. It was just, you kind of feel bad because you get the feeling that Lucerys was, especially at the beginning of that episode 10, like that was like her sweet boy, like he just seemed so fearful and shy and sweet, and you could just tell how much he loves his mother and how much Rhaenyra was fretful for sending him. And she sent him to Harrenhal and she probably thought, like, you know, it's just there and back, you'll come back, you'll be safe, no fighting, you're there as an envoy so no one's gonna engage with you. She probably thought she was sending him on like the shortest, safest journey, and that happens to him. Anyways, I'm just hoping Rhaenyra, you know, that we left off with a lot of fire in her, like that glare. Emma D'Arcy did a excellent job really getting that rage in. So that's where I'm hoping we find Rhaenyra at, because in the finale she was, I mean, I understand why she starts considering Otto's peace offer because of the prophecy. Like, she doesn't want to plunge the realm into war. I get that, like, but at the same time it's like, you know, there is always going to be a threat against your life, your kids' lives. There are other lords and ladies who have sworn an oath, and you know, we saw in episode 9 so many people who ended up hung, beheaded, arrested, and then sent to burn in that in Massaria, like when Larys and all of that, Larys and his little, whatever you want to call them, his little spider web burns all of those people alive, essentially, which seems to be Larys's shtick. He likes to burn people alive. But we saw all of the people who were slaughtered. They were killed because they refused to break their oath that they made to Viserys and to keep Rhaenyra on the throne. So I mean, it's like, Rhaenyra, you gotta do something. Like, I don't think the realm is gonna allow you to just kind of sit back and just kind of let the Greens take over. But now Lucerys is killed and there's just no going back at this point. But I do get why she wanted to just take a moment, survey the land, see who is her allies, secure her allies, have their word that they will back her before showing any kind of like just pushing towards war, which Daemon seems to want. And yeah, I'm gonna need Daemon, if he's gonna stand by her side, he needs to not put his hands on her ever again. Like, that needs to never happen. And if he does, she needs to like take a hand. Like, can you not do that? Don't do that. That's not what we need right now. Rhaenyra's going through it. The last thing she needs is her uncle husband sliding into like, I'm gonna choke you out or beat you if you don't do what I need you to do or think is proper. Like, let's not do that. Anyways, let's get into this episode and see where poor Rhaenyra is at. I swear to God, if they make me cry in this episode, I'm not here for it. Anyways, grab a drink, grab a snack, whatever it is you like to do when you watch your favorite reactions. Just get comfortable and let's get to. Wait, I just realized they changed it. Okay. Oh, is it like the tapestries? Is it thread? Bitch, is that the Stark theme? I know it like the, oh my God, are we at the wall? Are we in the north?
Duty is sacrifice. It eclipses all things, even blood. All men of honor must pay its price. Since the days of the first men, we have stood as guardians against the cold and the dark. 1 in 10 men from our household was to be chosen to fortify the watch. Winter is coming.
Coming?
Winter's coming.
What is this then that falls from the skies and shivers my bones?
This is only a late summer snow, my prince.
How long has it been that he's made it north? At least they let him keep his curls instead of putting him in that wig.
In winter, my duty to the wall is even more dire than the one I owe to King's Landing. I need my men here.
Whilst your men guard against wildlings and weather.
Wildlings and weather. There is dead back there.
War is coming. To the whole of the realm, my lord. We cannot wage it without...
I just realized, is that ice? Ned's sword?
Do you think my ancestors built a 700-foot wall of ice to keep out snow and savages?
What does it keep out?
The dead.
Death. I have thousands of greybeards who have already seen too many winters.
If your greybeards can fight, the Queen will have them.
So we'll
They will
take your
fight
old
hard,
men.
like northerners.
Okay, Chase, look at you securing the north.
Urgent news from Dragonstone.
Oh. He's so handsome with his curls. Oh no. He's gonna find out about his brother. Oh yes,
Take your
new
mount
hairstyle.
again. We're flying out.
Maelys must gorge and rest, as must I.
We're going to King's Landing.
To what end?
Killing Vhagar.
Okay.
I cannot face that hoary old bitch alone.
Oriole bitch, they set the line.
Make it a son for a son.
Was this the Queen's command?
The Queen remains absent. I should be at Harrenhal, bending
absent.
knees, but I must instead remain here to wage her war. She has been gone for days. Too long. She is exposed.
She is grieving.
The mother grieves as the Queen shirks her duties.
A raven has told Rhaenyra that her son is dead. She needs to know it for certain.
She was a fool to go alone. What if Aemond were to happen upon her?
Then I would pity Aemond.
Aww.
If you'd have acted when you had the chance, Aegon's line would be extinguished. And Luke would be alive.
Oh. What a coulda shouldas.
Fly with me. It is a command.
Would that you were the king.
Yeah, Daemon's not the type of dude to just stay idle. He's itching to kill something. Someone. Ever since he heard Viserys was dead. Oh, she's just standing out there, like looking at Harrenhal. Face is covered in dirt, just looking. Oh, mama, you're gonna break my heart tonight. Oh.
Where is Jaehaerys?
Attending his lessons.
And those are where?
And those are where?
Where is he?
The library. You must not interrupt his custom. I'm afraid.
They'd be fools to come with Vhagar protecting the city.
Not the dragons. The rats.
Everyone's looking around some fucking rats.
The Queen is an enduring mystery. Is she not?
Oh, you poor girl. Oh. Oh. Is that Miss Honor and Decency will prevail?
We're expected at the small council, Your Grace.
Oh, you trifling heifers. Both of y'all. Ain't no way I just witnessed that. How long has this been going on?
We cannot. Again.
Again? Again? So these two who love to, like, pocket watch Rhaenyra's pussy have been doing this? For how long? How long has it been since Viserys died? Like 2 weeks? Oh, y'all ain't shit. Y'all, them two ain't shit. You know, if y'all want to get your freak on, go ahead, but let's not judge Rhaenyra for getting her freak on. Everybody deserves to get their freak on. Without judgment.
The Stormlands should be ours after Prince Aemon's marriage pact to the Lady Floris Baratheon. I anticipate their sworn declaration.
My letters to Rhaenyra, has there been any answer?
An apology for her dead son?
That and their blockade of the gullet, we must presume that the princess has refused the offered terms, and that war is now inevitable.
Is the heir to the throne bothering you, Tyland?
No. No, not in the least, Your Grace.
There are important matters to discuss, despite Sir Tyland's interruptions.
What are his interruptions? If y'all don't discipline the child and tell him now is not the time. Is it just the wing? Is his body part of it? His coat. Oh my goodness. Her son, her baby, her father, so much loss. Ugh, losing the throne must feel like nothing comparison to everything else.
And how might your king be of service?
'Tis my flock, a tenth of them taken by the crown. If I'd had the time to plan,
We should
perhaps.
return them.
Otto's like, I fucking hate all of you.
We already made a promise to all the Crown lands that a tithing of livestock would be necessary to sustain the dragons.
Right. Perhaps we could just return his sheep. He came all this way.
If you return one herd of sheep, Your Grace, you'll soon find them all at the foot of your throne.
They won't know.
When the king speaks, Your Grace, all hear it.
Oh, so you heard it when Viserys said Rhaenyra. Because, well, clearly they don't all hear it because his ass is on the fucking throne.
After further thought, I have decided that I
Otto's
cannot
like,
restore
I'm
your sheep.
surrounded by imbeciles.
Hugh, Your Grace. Iron costs have grown. If we could but have the crown's coin before we started work.
You shall be paid, and paid well.
Otto's like, I think the fuck not.
You.
Oh, Mysaria.
How long have you been selling secrets to Otto Hightower?
As long as he had gold to pay for them.
Ooh.
You put Aegon on the throne.
That was the Hightower's conspiracy. I merely profited from knowing Aegon's movements.
But you delivered him.
Simply sped the business along.
Business that ended with the theft of the Queen's throne and the murder of her son.
You only blame me because your true enemies are out of reach.
Yeah.
Arrangement with the Hand was purely transactional. I held no loyalty to him.
Well, don't trust her. She literally sold Rhaenyra's secrets to Hightower. Kill her. Just fucking kill her now. This man is like a caged beast.
She was no agent of the Hightowers.
What is it to you?
A matter of honor.
Was it honor that made you stand by and watch as the Hightowers usurped the throne?
He's going at everybody. Rhaenys, Mysaria, Eric. Everybody's catching it.
I reckon our names of the King's Guard are just 8 and 10. And we swore the same oath to defend the whole of the royal family. So what were we to do when they turn against one another?
I blame Viserys for all of it. You should have neutered the other side of that fucking family. Like, how do you know Otto is plotting on your child and let him come back? Well, on your heir.
Did you find what you needed?
Her baby's remains. Well, Arrax, but...
I will fly to Harrenhal at your command and set our toehold in the Riverlands.
Your Grace, my Lord Husband's blockade of the Gullet moves into place. All seaborne travel and trade to King's Landing will soon be cut off.
I don't think she has a word.
I want Aemond Targaryen.
She said, Daemon, you... Daemon's been, like, prowling all over the place. It's like, oh, yes. You know that man's excited to hear that. Look at him. He's happy. He's here for that. He said, finally someone is speaking my language around here. Let's go kill. Oh, Jesus, home.
Lady Jaehaerys has pledged her support in exchange for a dragon to guard the Vale. Lord Craig Stark has promised 2,000 men.
I can barely hold it together. Oh no. Oh. Her babies. Oh my god, this hurts. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. No, no, ma'am. Oh, she's so pretty. Oh, Rhaenyra. How dare you look so pretty while you cry and mourn and grieve.
Lucerys Florian.
Oh, yes, the child I was gonna stab the eye out of. Yes, yes, yes.
You're to find and slay the Prince Aemon Targaryen. He has silver hair and one eye. Should be easy enough to find.
Jackass.
What if we can't find him?
Otto fears to upset the order of things. Alicent is simply angry. She blames me for starting this war, after she plotted with my father's council to usurp his throne. Her Grace speaks with two tongues.
Oh yeah, you know all about them tongues, would you, Kristen?
And Rhaenyra is a cunning spider.
What?
Long ago she drew Alicent into her web.
God.
Intoxicated her. It is not your mother's fault.
What the hell? Rhaenyra really is just Satan's whore to Kristen Cole, huh?
How do we get upstairs?
The royals live up there.
Right.
Well, it's off limits, it is.
If we're to kill a royal fucking prince, where do you think we're gonna find him?
The rest was your bet.
Oh, God.
I know my way upstairs. I just don't know my way around.
Niggas. Y'all really that... Oh, God. Oh, my sweet baby Jesus. Oh, okay, they both gotta die. Oh, or at least this one's gotta die. Death right now. That is the most heinous thing I've seen in this entirety of this damn show. You did not just kick that poor dog. And that looks so fucking real, too. They better not kick that dog in real life. I'll tell you that right fucking now.
Stay still.
Oh, no.
Who the fuck?
Does that look like a one-eyed person? No.
A son for a son, he said. Or does she look like a fucking son to you?
Witch. I have a necklace. It's of great value.
That's not a son.
Girl, at this point, I just scream and call it a fucking day. If they stab you, but how quickly will the guards get there? Where is the fucking King's Guard? Shouldn't they be watching? The heirs are literally right there. They ain't got nobody in the halls? Why is security so shit?
She's telling true.
Oh.
Hold him down.
Oh. Oh my god. Are they just... They just got to fucking work. What the hell? Security. Security. Kingsguard. Fucking Aegon is taking up all the goddamn Kingsguard getting drunk, and they're all in the king's fucking room. If he was in the hall where he was supposed to be, holy shit. Oh my god. There's no guards in the halls? Nothing? Nobody? She doesn't have a guard outside her door?
Helena!
Oh my god. Oh, Jesus. As if her night couldn't get fucking worse.
They killed the boy.
Well, there goes fucking security. Security was... Yeah, shit's on now. Shit's on now. Oh my god. Oh my god. Security! Security was too busy getting it on. What the fuck? That poor girl. She witnessed this and then immediately watched her mom getting it on. Oh my god. Just... Helena is the most innocent person in all of this. Okay, so that was the first episode of season 2, and we ended it with Helena just... It was so fast. Like, I don't know. I expected that scene to just be longer, but when you really think about it, it would have had to happen fast. Like, it was the suddenness of it that felt jarring. Like, it's like you're watching them walk around and there's no build up, and in a way it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It felt like there was no build up to it, and that just made it even more jarring. Like, you turned around and there she was at knife point, and then all of a sudden they just got straight to it, just held him down and started cutting his neck. And the sound of it, and her just picking up Jaehaerys and just leaving, and there was just something so real. I think that's why it was so disturbing. Like, there was no close-ups, there was nothing gratuitous to the moment. It was just like, okay, we found what we needed to find. Daemon said get Aemon Targaryen, but what they asked, what do we do if we can't find him? He's like, shit, a son for a son. I think that's probably the most disturbing part about the entire situation. It's like, it's just so, it's like it's not even considered a life. Like, I feel like usually in those moments you get like this drawn out, emotional, terror-filled, like, just you get the tension and the goosebumps and all of that, and the music and the moment is so grand. But I feel like the fact that the scene was so sterile, to the point, matter of fact, not drawn out whatsoever, just made it even more disturbing about the fact that it was just so casual for them. And then Helena going around the castle with the baby in her arms, just looking for somebody, and I'm like, where's castle security? Where's the guards? Where's the king's guards? Like, nobody. And then you turn around, there goes Kristen Cole, like, well, we found one, where's the rest? It's just, oh my god, it's just, oh, that is disturbed. And then, you know, another person who lost a child, you have Rhaenyra just going through it, just searching for her baby. She was really absent in this episode, and I get it. Like, if her storyline is just her searching for just proof. Like, and I like that Rhaenys had that moment to kind of confront Daemon, because we never really saw her speak to Daemon in regards to Laena's passing, and the fact that Laena wasn't really, like, she didn't want to be in where were they, Pentos? Like, she wanted to go home, and the fact that she died in a foreign land and the way she did, like, I get it. Like, I like the fact that Rhaenys got a moment to, like, confront Daemon about that. You did see him turn away, and you can tell there was a moment of guilt there. But yeah, Rhaenyra, jeez. And that moment with Jace when he comes home and he's like telling her about all of the allies he's secured, and he's just crying, and then he just falls into his mother's arms. They're all going through it, honey. And Daemon throughout the entire episode was just like this caged animal itching to tear something apart, going at everybody. And you get where it's coming from. You get where his anger and frustration is at, because it never had to get to this point. And I think, in a way, I feel like Otto and Daemon were kind of paralleled. I think Daemon is just seeing all of the shoulda, woulda, couldas. Like, this should have been done, this could have been done. And I feel like Otto is on the other side, the green side, and kind of like just sitting there thinking of all the things that happened on the day Viserys died, or the day after, all of the things that they could have done and they didn't. And now here we are, and we just have to kind of deal with it. Of course, both Daemon and Otto present that frustration very differently. They're very different men, but I do think they were the ones on either side just locked in on the woulda, coulda, shouldas. Like, you can see it. Like, for Daemon, it's like right there. He's wearing his anger, and he's wearing his I don't want to say grief, because I don't think we really saw much of him in Lucerys, but I mean, he did spend years on Dragonstone with him, and yes, Daemon is an ass, but I don't think he's that without, like, I mean, he spent years with Lucerys, so I can imagine he has a bit of a heart. Like, he could be feeling this loss nowhere near as deeply as Rhaenyra. No one's feeling that loss as deeply as Rhaenyra and Jaehaerys, but just, I do feel like Daemon is stuck in all of the regrets. And that's where a lot of his anger and frustration, why he's lashing out at everybody. First it was Rhaenys, then I think Mysaria caught it, then Eric caught it. I feel like he finally got a way to do something, like put it into action. Like, he's a man of action. He can't just stay there and talk and do all this. Give him something to do, essentially. So when Rhaenyra says, I want Aemon Targaryen, it's like, shit, I've been waiting for those words. I mean, he even said it, let's go fly to King's Landing and take him out. And then Rhaenyra comes back and gives him what he wants, essentially, what he needs in this moment. The only way for him to kind of make peace with what's happened, and his own infallibility in the moment as well. Just, I feel like Daemon's character, Rhaenys, Corlys, Jace, I feel like everyone's grieving Lucerys in their own way. I do like that Corlys was given the moment to receive, we find out that he was gonna have a blade made. Well, he did have a blade made for Lucerys, and just that moment of him receiving it. Like, I know there was a lot of controversy around the parentage of Lucerys and Jaehaerys as well as Joffrey, but at the end of the day, I do think those were the only grandchildren alongside Baelor and Rhaena that they have. And yes, Baelor and Rhaena are of their blood, but I do think they understand the loss of a child. They definitely get that. Speaking of, Rhaenyra's still out there. I wonder if he'll ever, like, if the Rhaenyra storyline will ever, like, get picked up, or it's just something we're supposed to, like, kind of forget. Like, Rhaenyra's still technically out there, but, you know, I don't know. I don't know of whether or not Corlys and Rhaenys will ever find out that their son is still alive, but their daughter is still very much dead. But they do understand the loss of their children. They get that, and so on that level, they can empathize with Rhaenyra. But I like the fact that Rhaenyra's grief was, not to say understated, but we didn't spend a lot of time with her. I would imagine in the next episode we'll get more of her, but in this episode, it was mostly a focus on her just trying to find any kind of piece of her child. I mean, when you think about it, in the finale of season 1, usually it's the name of the people who prep the bodies is escaping me. Oh my god, what were their names? They have a name that prep the bodies, you know, when after she gives birth to her child and she's wrapping the body up. If you know, if you know it's not supposed to be her, like she did it herself, like she wrapped her baby's body up herself. And her going out there and just dragging, like going through it and trying to bring back something of her son, just doing it herself with her own hands to make it real. And I feel like it probably stems back to Rhaenyra's childhood, because when you think about it, she was the one who had to give the command for her mother as well as her brother's bodies to be burned. So I feel like that's just something she's used to, or something that she's accustomed to. She has to be the one to kind of say goodbye. And I wonder what that must feel like for not being able to kind of make peace with Viserys' passing. But I guess the crown, having his crown is sort of the only physical piece they can have that Rhaenyra can hold on to and kind of have some finality in terms of her father's passing. But it just seems to be a recurring theme with Rhaenyra. But this episode was great. How the entire Greens faction is just a mess. Like, they're just a freaking mess. I mean, Criston Cole and Alicent, I'm gonna need a timeline as to when these two started screwing. I'm gonna need that to get revealed, because I have my suspicions that these two were diddling before Viserys' death. I have watched the episode where Aemon lost his eye so many times, and there is a scene that the writer specifically put in there that Criston Cole was supposed to have the Night's Watch. He was supposed to be guarding the hall at night. And all them children, Aemon never went back to his room. Jace, Luke, Baela, Rhaena, four kids. 4 just crawl out their beds, walk down the hall, and nobody sees them. Where were you at, Criston Cole? I'm telling you. I mean, even in the episode where the episode Viserys dies, well, the episode after, when they crown Aegon, she sends Criston Cole off and she's like, everything you feel for me. Like, no, them two have been diddling for a while now. And oh my god, just Miss Honor and Decency. Miss Duty and Sacrifice. What you doing having sex with your sworn sword? Sworn sword. God, that's a tongue twister. Love the reference to tongues in this episode. But yes, Criston Cole and Alicent, just everybody on Team Green except for Helena and the children, they ain't shit. Otto, Aegon, I'm sorry, you're not gonna get me to like Aegon. The man is a graper. He grapes. He eats. He partakes in grapes. Like, that wasn't a storyline in the first season. Yeah, no amount of him smiling creepily at his heir is gonna make me forget that part about him. Yeah, so about that, Otto, I mean, Otto doesn't frustrate me in this episode. I just feel like he's very practical. Like, I feel like I said earlier in my post, like, him and Daemon are like stuck in the shoulda, woulda, couldas. But it is what it is now. Like, I feel like they both channeled that energy, like, shoulda did this, coulda done that, we needed to do that. But everybody was on their different timings. Everybody was in their emotions. So, you know, we didn't get it done. You know, Daemon was like, if you had just burned them all alive, we wouldn't be here right now. Otto's like, and if we had just sent the Kingsguard and pretended like, you know, they're here to protect her, and then they go in and kill her, you know, if we could have done that, none of this would be happening. So I feel like both of them are like shoulda, coulda, woulda. So they didn't necessarily piss me off this episode, because I do like the fact that you have characters who are kind of dwelling in past mistakes and what they could have done differently. I do like that kind of reflection, and I do like the fact that the writers showed Daemon doing it angrily and Otto doing it sort of passively, passive-aggressively. Otto was definitely passive-aggressive in this episode, but I love this first episode. That ending was, oh god, poor Rhaenyra. Just, can you imagine going through that and then walking in on your mother? Like, that's just so weird, and all she could do is just sit on the floor with her baby. Oh, Rhaenyra. Oh, Rhaenyra. Shit. Oh, Lord. That shit definitely kicked off. I mean, it kicked off when they killed Lucerys, but now it's definitely kicked off. There's no going back now. I feel like there was no going back when Lucerys was killed. I feel like now that Rhaenyra has struck back, it's doubly no going back. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all for episode 2 next week. Take care, everyone. And a special shout out to the patrons: Midgie, Tawny, See-Through Battle Monsters, Tyler, Juan, Beto, Freddie, Marcella, Gabrielle, Alicia, Carmdal, Sushi Senpai, Cozy Cobra, Gazelle, Maddie, Victoria, Queen Lydia, Dexter, Chairshar Cat, That Weird Person, Shirley, Salty, Cami, Klaus, Cersei, Kacha, Nino, Donovan, Nicole, Sayla, Nathan, Casey, Liam, Pierre, Glitchy Glam, Autumn, Soapy, Morgan, Jordan, Zach, Nandy, Jess, Alexander, Reen, Max, Ricky, Jake, Amario, Jamie, Jesse, Mate, Jalil, Melissa, Teddy, Sebastian, Ann Van, Crystal, Soul, Jacob, Rosa, Aslan, Jordan, Cool Cal Nan, Bobo, Lucas, Maria, Alex, Mads, Favisha, Karen, Bree, Jackie, Sammy, Alexander, Erica, Julieverse, Jail, JD, Jacob T, Sarah, Melissa, Christine, Oog, James, Valerie, Julia, Oliver, Sam, Michael, Mr. Nobody, Jamie, Harper, Caitlin, Velasca, Ethan, Miko, Emma, Sam, Jay, Arfinway, Melanie, Brenda, Nate, Becky, Courtney, Mel, Ted, Axel, Diego, Santina Moore, The Winter Times, Janny, Zach, Dominic, Wendy, Ash, Valario, Zachary, David, Kage, Darren, Jean, Nathaniel, Karen, Christian, Rob, Danny Girl, Marcus, Omar, Randy, Kueller, Dwayne, Logan, Sarah, Alex, Seb, Samuel, Jaden, Viliana, Joshua, Lima, Barbara, Laramia, Oliver, Villy, Sasha, Ignorance, Spiros, Reno, Academy, America, Heidi, Jasmine, Codpier, Mel, Madeline, David, Power, Matthew, Haley, Lisa, Chelsea, Estrella, Moa, Axel, Latuntre, Cade, Eric, Nina, Rafiki, Ryan, X, Toby, Andrew, Demetrius, Tiffers, Alita, Genevieve, Rip, Maurice, Nathan, Dismitri, Aldebaran, Tor, Clementina, Nick, HBK, Itaco, CD, Eric the Dingo, Lick King, Koala Banana, Chat Mocha, Louie, Chris, Christina, Sealor, Treya, Matt K, Ito, Ruva, Knightley, Emily, Joshua, Chakram, Flash, Theo, Paige, Alexander, Ingrid Chase, Enid, Larissa, Joe, Alan, Danielle, and Riley. Thank you all so much, everyone. Take care.